So there's two homes in San Clemente, both for $2 million, but one of them will cost you over $5,000 more to own than the other. How could this be? I know what you're thinking. It's gotta be the insurance. I got you on the insurance. Well, that could be the answer. Today, we're gonna talk about another hidden cost that can make a $5,000 annual difference every year for owning a home that has the same exact price as a comparable property. Today's hidden costs have to do with Mello-Roos, HOA dues, and a transfer fee most buyers don't realize exists. Let's take a look at these two homes and break down the exact costs of owning each one of them. Make sure to watch to the end so that you make sure you don't have hidden costs that really cost you in the end. This first listing is 19 Calle Verdadero in Talega. One of the biggest draws of Talega is the lifestyle. You've got pools, parks, sport facilities, community amenities, and all the perks of living in one of the best master plan communities in our area. Then we have this home here in Rancho San Clemente, 805 Futura, also priced right about $2 million. So while their price is almost exactly the same, let's take a look at what it actually costs to own each one of these. First, the Homeowners Association. On this Talega home, it's $267. On the Rancho San Clemente home, it's $203. I know what you're thinking, $64 a month does not add up to $5,000 a year. Why did I claim it was $5,000 a year? Well, it's the Mello-Roos. Mello-Roos are special taxes, which is a developer's way of passing on the cost of infrastructure for a community to you, the buyer. These fees are often used for roads, schools, parks, public safety, and utilities. And developers got really smart in 1982 and decided those are things that the buyer should pay for instead of themselves so that they could, of course, increase their profits. So if you live in a home with Mello-Roos tax, you're paying the special taxes for the developer instead of having that baked into the cost of the home. How do they calculate Mello-Roos? Unlike other property taxes, it's not calculated based on the value of your property, but rather the size of the fee they determine when making that district and neighborhood. In Orange County, these fees are usually listed under the special assessments on your tax bill. So if you're wondering if you're paying Mello-Roos, go take a look at your tax bill, look for the special assessment area, and it will tell you the details of your Mello-Roos specifically. So on this Talega home, the Mello-Roos is $4,052 a year or $354 a month. And that's a cost you need to factor in when owning this property. So it's really important when you're working with your agent and you're looking at each house, you want to make sure that your agent pulls the tax roll and can break down exactly for that home what it's going to cost to own it so that you don't mistakenly buy a home that's a lot more expensive than you think it is. So on this Talega home, you have a total of HOA plus Mello-Roos of $621 a month. Now let's compare that to the Rancho San Clemente property. Well, this Rancho San Clemente property doesn't have a Mello-Roos charge. It does have a special assessment of $21 a month. Now, the good thing about Mello-Roos is they don't last forever. They do eventually fall off. Each Mello-Roos is a little bit different, so it'll depend on when that house was built and how long of Mello-Roos that was established when they established the district. So you're going to want to take a look at that tax bill again and figure out what year do you get to stop paying the Mello-Roos tax. So even though you're buying a home at the exact same price, the Mello-Roos and HOA difference is $4,764 per year. And that's before we get to the hidden fee that most buyers don't even realize is there, the lifestyle fee. Talega, like many other neighborhoods in our area, such as Ladera Ranch, Rancho San Clemente, have a lifestyle fee, just a privilege for buying a home in Talega. The lifestyle fee is 1/4% of your purchase price. So if you buy a $2 million home, that's $5,000 that you pay just for the privilege of getting to buy and become a member of Talega. And you're probably asking, but isn't this an HOA transfer fee? Don't sellers typically pay the HOA transfer fee? And well, the answer is yes, that sellers typically do pay most HOA transfer fees. It's very rare that sellers will pay the lifestyle Talega fee for the incoming buyer. Now, this does happen once in a while, and I've had great success when a buyer of mine really loves a Talega home or a Ladera home, and that home is listed by an out-of-town agent, because most out-of-town agents that are listing property and haven't sold in Talega or Ladera before don't even realize that the lifestyle fee exists. So how we write our offer in that scenario is that we write it in such a way that the seller is paying all HOA transfer fees, because when you dig in deep into the documents, the lifestyle fee is technically a transfer fee. So big takeaway from this, make sure to work with a local agent, because if you're selling your house and you're in one of these neighborhoods, your agent might not realize it exists and you may forget to tell them, in which case the buyer could write a contract in a way that you don't even realize gets you on the hook for a fee that you paid in order to buy it when you bought it. Now, the goal of this video isn't to say don't buy in Talega. Talega is an absolutely wonderful neighborhood. I just want you to make sure that you realize the cost when you do. And of course, you're gonna buy there anyways because of the schools, the parks, the community. Living in Talega is like living in a special club with its special amenities where you get to benefit from the Talega lifestyle, but you're gonna pay for it. This is just another great reason to make sure that buyers are looking beyond the list price, because a $2 million home isn't necessarily the exact same as another $2 million home. You want to make sure that you do your homework, look not only at the property tax rolls to make sure that you're aware of any special assessments, but also it would be a really good thing to get insurance quotes when you're making offers on properties so that you know the real cost of owning that home. So questions to ask your realtor: what are the property taxes here? Have you seen the tax roll? Make sure that your agent has an incredible title rep that can send those over to them on any home that you're considering seriously. It's something that we ask for all the time and we often get back in a matter of minutes. Also, you're going to want to find out, does that HOA have any special assessments coming up? Are they doing major projects? Are there things that we're going to have to pay for because we own here in the next couple years, so that you don't get surprised by some hidden fees and have to pay a lot more money for that home than you would have another. A conversation I have nearly every day when working with a buyer is to tell them to look at the long-term perspective. Not just what does this cost this year, but what will this home cost me over the next 10 years. And so it's worth considering when you're looking at a $5,000 difference per year on a property to make sure that you're saying, okay, that's not just $5,000, that's really about $50,000 over the next 10 years. And is that something I can live with, or would I rather spend the $50,000 on something else? And if that's the case, then you're going to want to find the home that isn't in an expensive Mello-Roos zone so that you can use your money how you like, rather than paying for the infrastructure that the developer built for you. Out of these two homes, Rancho San Clemente or Talega, which one should you buy? Well, that really depends on your lifestyle and if that lifestyle fee is worth it. A great way to spend that money in Rancho San Clemente, of course, is the Lifetime Gym that's located right there, where you can get some similar amenities to Talega without having to pay for the fees of Talega. If you appreciate getting the inside knowledge here locally in our market, which is Dana Point, San Clemente, San Juan Capistrano, and Laguna Niguel, make sure to follow along, because we want you to be the most educated client to make sure that you're making the right move and win in this market. I'll see you next week.